Well, that's a good sign. I always prefer cold planets to begin with, simply because you can see resources very clearly, and there I've got plutonium and platinum and trees immediately, and I can also see iron, which is pretty good. That's pretty damn good. Not everybody's going to be that lucky. So the first thing you're going to do before you start, because I know how tempting it is to get out there straight away, and I've seen people make this mistake over and over again, that just go out there and then try to discover what's available in the game to help them survive. But you don't do that. You don't do that. You simply go indoors and have a good look at the menu system. And before you do that, put out of your mind anything you've seen on the internet, anything you've seen on Reddit or Gaff or any other forum. That ship you want, that freighter you want, that farm you want, that money you want is hours and hours away. If you set that as your goal, you will be disappointed for hours and hours and hours. This game's about small steps, and the first small step is reaching your ship. So you want to be just spending some time relaxing and getting familiar with this. So first thing you need is carbon. I'm surrounded by trees, but that's no problem, and I need iron. So they're the first priority, right? There's first priority. But always gather more than you need. Always have a stack extra as well, in case you find yourself in a place where you can't find carbon and you can't find iron. But of course these need fixing. Iridium is not really a problem. If you see the icon that comes up for iridium, ignore it. You're bound to find iridium on the way to your ship. Carite sheets are no problem. Zinc can be problematic. If you don't find it in the wilds, you can always turn to killing sentinels, but we'll get to that later. Carite sheets, obviously the same thing again, which requires plutonium for that to take off. But again, don't worry about that yet. Your aim is just to make it comfortable, get to your ship quite easily. But this is where you want to be looking. The things you need to craft. This is familiarise yourself with all of this. All of it. Plutonium and carbon make power gel. Power gel is used to replenish your life support. Right? Shielding shards are made from iron and platinum. Shielding shards replenish your hazard protection. That's all you need to concentrate on. They're the only ones you need to concentrate on immediately. That can be sent back to my ship. Don't pick up things you don't need. Nanites I would advise to pick up straight away, simply because they come in useful later on. But things like green boxes full of goodies that look inviting to pick up are just wasting space in your suit. So don't bother. Don't bother at all with those. You're not going to be needing anything from that just yet. They are going to be used later on, when you need to up your level with different races. So, first things first, test the sentinels out. See how edgy they are. Now see how many trees it takes you to take, to see how edgy they are, so you know not to get silly when they're about. Look, this one is looking already a bit edgy. That was only 3 or 4 trees before it got a bit edgy. So they're quite touchy. So, you know, take 2 or 3 trees from one place. And when you mine, right, I'm moving around quite much here. I shouldn't really be moving around. But when you mine, stand in the wrong place. You notice that line that looks like the machine that goes ping just below the hazard protection with the snowflake. You will go down 1 when you walk, 2 when you run, and 3 when you backpack. Moving about reduces it, so always find yourself a nice place to mine from and use the tool, not your legs. You're wasting energy. For no reason whatsoever, this one. So I'm getting myself plenty of that. Now I can fix my scanner. It's quite simple. Now I've got my scanner. That's essential before you even start. Right. I've taken off, I've bitten off more. Just get yourself back in here. You're not in a rush. Remember, you're not in a rush. Forget the ships, forget the freighter, forget the money, forget the farm, forget all those videos you've seen and things you want, because you won't get them for hours and hours. I pointed out, and can't stress that. To stop yourself being disappointed, just accept that this is a slow game to progress. Hello, Davidus. How are you? This should be quite nice. I'm going to take it through step by step and prove that I can play this game without dying, without all the filter madness. So I just thought I'd play it just normal. So, they've turned off. So I've got... should have an extra stack. I've got plenty of carbon, so now we'll get some rock. And I've seen some more of that. This, I would keep on you until you're sure there is thamium. Oh, hello, Tegan. Or Tegan. I hope I've said that right. First things you need to do is check. Check on your thamium. Thamium is used to replenish your health. More, always pick plutonium up. Like I said, that makes plates for your hazard protection. And walk until you can find out whether there's lots of thamiums. Walk everywhere. Don't be in a rush. This game isn't about rushing. This is a game about taking your time and enjoying the moment-to-moment gameplay. So, I want more down there. So I'm getting plenty of this. If I get 2 stacks of it, then I'll send it to my ship. But until then, I'll keep it on me in case I need... I don't want that nickel. And always remember, you can make little caves out of things like this to hide in. Any material that you can hollow out can be made into a mini cave. Always bear that in mind when you're targeting somewhere. And when you finally set off, just pick a point and make that your aim, just to get to that one point. Don't look beyond it. Just check the area, see if there's any potential problems. If there isn't, just steady as you go. Right, get this out. Right, now I can pick this rock off from a distance. These are not happy, so I'll go in and replenish this health a little bit. Again, walking. I'll save it as well. And always remember, when you play survival, which it is survival, see these boxes? Don't bother with them. Not yet. You haven't got the space in your inventory. You need all the space you can muster, because you want lots of iron, lots of carbon, and lots of everything else. Plenty of plutonium, plenty of platinum, and thamium. Right. So we're inside. Let that replenish. We've got nighttime temperatures. I'll get rid of that. No point in it. So we'll wait till that replenishes. We've got nighttime temperatures, so I'm not staying out too long. I don't think that's a cave. It's not a cave. If it was a cave, obviously you'd go inside the cave to mine. There may well be a cave around, but I'm not going looking for it now when I've already got a safe place. I've already got a safe place to hide. There's no point in going and risking myself when I get out there. It is very simple to survive in No Man's Sky. On survival. Survival isn't difficult, providing you just get yourself prepared before you leave. And don't take undue risks. You want at least 2 plates on you. Don't make plates as you go along. That's a mistake, another mistake I see a lot of people making. Do not make plates as you go along. Make sure you make 2. The reason for that is because if you make sure you've got 2, it tells you, it automatically reminds you that you're short on materials. If you keep the 1, you might find yourself in the middle of nowhere and find that you haven't got the materials. You don't want to be doing that. That's when you die. Right, so don't walk into those things either. They're horrible. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. First of all, let me just check how far my ship is. So I'm 9 minutes away. That's good. That's one of the shorter distances. You can have up to 17 minutes or even longer. So that is good. Right, so now I've got that. I've got iron. I still haven't seen any thamium yet, so I'm making 2 plates. Right, I'm going to make 3 because I had plenty of iron. I can make a power, so I'll make a power gel. Right, so before we move on, I need some more carbon and some more plutonium if I can get it. So as soon as I've got this and got my hazard protection up a little bit, I can then start towards my ship. So I'm prepared. Yeah, take it from there because they're going to get a bit upset. You want to make sure you've got carbon on you, because when you get down in caves and you want the iron, you'll find yourself without iron. Go away. I know. Right, I'm making sure I've got lots of carbon on me. Lots of it. You can't have enough carbon. And when it comes to iron, you'll be wanting to make sure you have lots of that before you take off. Especially before you go in space. Because fighting the pirates is a pain in the bottom. Right, so we've got iron. We're more or less set to get going. I can make more plates if I want. So, let's head towards our ship. Hope we find thamium. I'm not guaranteed to live here. You can still die, but I'm walking until I can find thamium. If I can find plenty of thamium, then I'll be running. Not until. Not until. And there's very little... Don't scan again near where you were before. Move further away. You're wasting a scan, and it takes a long time for the scan to replenish. Okay, that's just a waste of a scan. Move a long way from your base before you scan again. Lynx, hello there, my boy. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Feel free to ask questions, by the way, or just chatter normally. I'm only in this mode because there's very few people in the chat at the moment. And I'm aware that this is a sort of a video that people might want to watch again even after the stream. So that's the only reason I'm dealing with it this way at the moment. Have you ever used the photo mode to help see what's ahead of you? Yes. Yes, in fact, thank you for reminding me of that, Davidus. Thank you for reminding me of that. I will get to that in a second. First of all, I will find myself a place to hide if I can. And here we are. The perfect situation. This is a perfect scenario so far. Can't fault it. The thing about caves, the reason I like to find buildings is because you regenerate your hazard protection much faster. In caves, it takes a long time. But you are relatively safe. And don't go moving around in caves. Stand still. Don't go picking things like antrium. It's a waste of time. And as Davidus just reminded me, this is a good way of finding. If you're stuck, you really think there's no resources, go into photo mode, right, and just have a quick look around. I wouldn't consider it cheating. I'd consider it using your common sense. and just have a quick look around, right? See, you can't go far out, but it can save you in the long run. See if there's any thamium knocking around anywhere. Potential hazards like these things, these whippy plants, you know. So it is handy to check it out, and there doesn't appear to be any thamium in this area, which is problematic. So I'm going to get iron. And the thing about this, when you get the iron, don't craft it on your suit. Another thing people do, what people do is they keep room on their suit so they can craft plates for their ship. Don't do that. Just go to your ship and craft them there. Then you don't have to worry about your suit's inventory. I know it's a very simple thing, but trust me, I've seen so many people do that. It's incredible. But steady as she goes. You're not in a rush. You're not in a rush. You're preparing to move closer to your ship. You're not in a rush to get to your ship. Your priority is staying alive while on the journey towards your ship. The thing is, just remember, do not rush. The usual result in rushing, in order to get the best farm, get the best ship, get the best freighter, is that you'll die and you'll have to start again, which ultimately leads to you taking a lot longer to do what you should be doing, which is just taking your time and getting to your ship. So I'm collecting as much as I can. I should have enough carbon to keep me going for a bit longer when it runs out. Be able to get at least one thing. Okay, man. See, now that's why I needed the extra. See, that's why you need the extra carbon, to make sure that you can do this. And I still haven't finished that. This is important for grabbing a bit of extra dough, but it's not critical. It's not critical. It's just handy to have. But steady as she goes. Like I said, it's looking at what other people have achieved that makes people disappointed in this game. This is your game. This is your experience. This is your story. Your narrative. All I'm doing is showing you how to prepare yourself, and then later on, just let him get out of the way. I'm not losing any health, and I'm not getting hazard problems either, so I'm quite happy just standing here. No need to worry. Is it a time to relax when you're collecting materials? Time to contemplate, to think. Right, so wrong thing. Well, that was stupid. One more of those. See, it's taking the materials from my suit and obviously transferring it over to the ship. I thought about doing this because the update will be coming soon, and I have a feeling that the structure won't be too different, so this will be handy as a reference. I still don't know what you mean, Lynx. I ain't heard this Buffy. Oh my goodness me. See, I overdid it there. I overdid it, so now we have got to take a bit of a hike. Get away. Got to move. Got to move. This is the only time it can become a bit of a problem. All you're trying to do is put a bit of distance between you and the sentinels, obviously. But once it starts flashing and that, you see that, you're safe. So you no need to go running out into the middle of nowhere. Don't panic. You're not going to die. Right, so that's that finished. And now I need 4 more for this, so I might as well make 4 more sheets. Make sure I've got them ready. And remember, make sure you've got at least a stack, if not 2 stacks of iron before you leave the planet. Because when the pirates attack, you are in a bucket with a pea shooter, basically. And they will destroy you. So the only real way of beating them is to chase them, get on their tails, shoot them, and spam the shield with iron. Don't wait till it's empty and then try to spam it. Spam it as soon as it's down. Spam it. And keep doing that. Don't wait till it's too late. There you go, I've done it again. But that's alright. They take a bit of your health, but they don't take all of your health. You only lose one of those health bars if you go right down. They're not bad sentinels on this planet, by the way, by the looks of things. Not bad at all. So, let's get on with this. Right, fill that up again. Now I'm gonna have to get some. I'm gonna have to get some more carbon. And obviously, getting trees from inside caves is handy. Makes sense, doesn't it? Obviously. Right, just stack these. So don't take much throughput. Now, I can get that nearly filled up. And I need iridium and zinc. So, let me see if I can get something. I'm going to reach that from here. Not quite. Have a look out here. No, it's not going to be very useful. Never mind. That's fine. Right, let's get going.
Extreme night temperature detected.
Right, there's a cave and some trees. So we'll take the opportunity. The life support is low, and I've got something ready for it, so I'm not worried. I'm not going to use it until I'm low, till I'm nearly out. And that should fill it up more than halfway. Zinc has become more rare, yes, and I think that's because of them adding it to the Sentinels. I think that's because they've now added that to the Sentinels. So that it gives you a reason to fight the Sentinels, and it gives them reason for the Sentinels to have a dual purpose. Not only are they the enemy, and I've just seen some iridium on that hill. Remember, iridium is essentially a cave. Iridium is essentially a cave, and I'll need some more carbon to make sure I can... And this is a lovely planet, I've got to say. And there's plenty of thamium. So that's good. Don't have to use that. This is plenty of thamium. Plenty. Now I can start running. Now I can start running. So I don't have to take my time anymore. Not so much, anyway. We'll use that gel. That's very good, actually. Yeah, we've got plenty of iridium. We've got no problem. No problem. Easy peasy. Get some more of this while I'm here. And it is really easy. You know, I see people complaining about survival and wanting it to make it made easier, and it's a stroll in the park. It's a stroll in the park. I'm going to have to use a plate there, because I left that too long, but unfortunately it doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. Right. It's a stroll in the park. Survival is a stroll in the park. The only people who suffer is those that rush. If you don't rush, there's no problem. It's not difficult. This is one hell of a planet. Right. Right, get yourself inside. Go downwards. Right, now I'm safe. And I can mine upwards. Mine right to the ceiling so you can get perspective to see how far you can go up. Right, so now I can start picking off at the sides and keep myself warm while I'm mining. Zinc seems the most difficult. Some of you will be watching this and thinking, well, that's obvious, isn't it? Well, that's because you've played for a long time. This is a series meant for people who've never played No Man's Sky. And actually, for some people who have been playing it for a long time, because I've watched them. And they die a lot. As I did when I first started, before I started working out how simple it really was. The only dangers really are having to kill sentinels for zinc. Other than that, it's not really a problem. Right, let me send that over to my ship. Right, so that's done. Should really get more iridium, but I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a great rush. I'll give it a scan. See what we've got outside my window. A little bit of thamium and a little bit of zinc. Well, there you go. I'll get this. Zinc stays here for longer for some unknown reason. Stays on the scanner for longer, so don't panic if you can't find the zinc immediately. It's usually... Oh. Where is that zinc? More zinc over this way. I'll get this instead. I've got all that thamium, so I'm not worried about that. I can start running now. Zinc was down here somewhere. That's the only problem when you want to try to get to stuff you desperately need as quickly as possible, because once the icon's disappeared, you can be running around in circles for a long time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in this cave and wait so I can scan again, rather than running around and wasting my health. Don't do anything, don't move if you don't need to. Right, now I can fill myself up with carbon again, get a bit more iron ready for my ship to take off, and the shields. And this works on any planet, by the way. It doesn't matter. When I get to my ship and I take off, don't think, oh, that's because it's an easy planet. It's not. It's this easy on every planet. The problem really is taking off and getting to the space station. That is the hardest thing. But there are ways around it to make it a little easier. And it takes a little bit of patience until you get a better ship. Or fitted your ship out with better equipment. There sure is. There sure is. I mean, I didn't know till recently that if you... Yes. I was going to wait until I got one before I mentioned it. I don't want to overload. I want to take it a step at a time. Right. Just getting plenty of iron ready for my ship. Right, so that's plenty of iron. I've got some there. I've got some more there. And you can be filled with thamium. Right then. Right. You're going to get yourself another bottle of beer. Right, now we can scan again to find those flaming... Where were they? Well, there's one back there. Well, that is unusual. That very much looks like it was in a cave. That looks like that is in a cave. So I'm going to ignore them. Because they disappeared. Oh well, just take a nice stroll. You and my... I'm nothing like Spike. I don't even know who Spike is. I'm saying that. I don't even know. Right, we'll have you. Grab any plutonium you see, any platinum you see, any thamium you see, and obviously zinc. But don't neglect iron and carbon. Make sure you got carbon. Because trust me, you do not want to be meleeing a flipping tree. Meleeing a tree is annoying as all hell. To try to get your resources. And it's frustrating when you're mining a tree, only to fill it up so that you can mine more. And it seems to take forever. But if you've got an ample supply in you to begin with, it doesn't feel frustrating. It's good. It's enjoyable. No, not risking it this time. I'm in the open. Right. I've still got 2 plates left. So I'm fine. But as soon as I run out of one of those plates, which I've got to make sure I can make another plate, I'll send some iron back to my ship. So I need to get in a cave and get some more iron for another plate. Rather than waiting to find out I can't make one. So now I've got one. Now that'll keep me going till I find a cave. You can get unlucky because you are essentially walking towards your ship and you can be unlucky. You can be unlucky. I can run because I've got the thamium. Why do I go for the quicker trees? These are the quicker trees. They're the quicker trees. Right, I always go for the quicker trees rather than the broken ones. Right, let's go. I've still got a plate left, but I don't like only having one plate in my inventory. So I'm looking for a cave. That will do as a cave, actually. But it's not got any iron. So it'll only protect me, not supply me with iron. And there will be some down here. And there you go. There you go. I could do with a cave though, rather than doing it on the outside. I want to be able to do it inside. There's a cave around here. I can sense it. There will be a cave here somewhere. Or a little nook I can hide under. Just a little nook. There's a little nook. That could be a cave. Yeah. And I've saved myself a plate. Right. There you go. Right, now I need some more iron. See how easy it is. Panic is the only thing that kills you in survival. Thinking you can't do it is the only thing that kills you in survival. Rushing is the only thing that keeps you dying in survival. Don't panic. Take your time. I'm playing this now as I would play it at home. Right. I get this filled up with carbon. Again. My suit is nearly full. I can make another plate. Now I can scan. Continue my journey. Right. Plutonium is the thing I'm looking for next because I haven't got. I've got enough for one more plate. But I don't. Only one more plate. Then I'll need some plutonium. But I'm safe. As long as I stay near caves, I'm safe anyway. So that's what you want to be doing. You're looking. No need for the health, but that's always handy just in case. Obviously, if you lose a health by fighting a sentinel. Right, take the time to grab a bit more of this while I'm stood still. And we are 5 minutes 26 from my ship. That won't take long. And some more thamium. And some more plutonium. Again. Now I'm just going to fill that up. That is left on my suit in case I want to make gel. Rather than send it all to my ship just yet, that's filled ready to go. So I don't need to worry about that just yet. And remember, if you die on a planet, everything in your suit gets wiped. So if you're about to die, send everything to your ship. And it's vice versa in space. Everything in your spaceship you will lose. So again, if you think you're going to die in space, transfer everything over to your suit. Just to give yourself a chance of keeping some decent stuff. Right then. Let's go. Of course, as it goes on, I won't be telling you much. It's because this is the hardest part for most people. This is a birth by fire for most people, which is why I'm talking you through this very thoroughly. If you're new to No Man's Sky, this will kill you over and over again, and it feels frustrating. But once you've got past this bit, and you've got used to the game, it won't feel anywhere near as bad. Jetpacking is not advised if you can help it, especially when you nearly fall off like that. That would have taken health off me. That was silly. Now I'm still in need. Plutonium. That should get me another one. And I've got thamium, which is good. Thamium and plutonium. So I can make another plate just in case. And I will be, when I play the game, when the update lands, I will be playing it from start to finish. No cheating from me. No jumping straight to an old save. No jumping straight into creative. You will see the game as it's meant to be played. And it won't be tutorial like this either. It'll just be me going crazy about how wonderful the game is. Because it is fantastic. Now I've gone for an hard one. No, never mind, I'll take it. Get a bit more carbon off it. Right then, let's keep walking. Steady as you go. There are probably lots of people that will refuse to watch something like this because they feel like, well, they're not a beginner. But there are lots of people who would consider themselves not beginners that I would recommend watch this because I've watched them play. And it is quite logical how you play this. At no point during this so far have I even thought I had a chance of dying. Not once. And providing you do what I've said, you'll feel the same. Right, I can make another plate. It only fills half of it up. The only problem is, see, thamium. There's platinum. Well, I might as well get the platinum, I suppose. I just saw something else as well. Sure, I just saw a PT there. See, like I said, I'm not really bothered about this not getting a lot of views live. This is a tutorial, and as such it can be watched again afterwards. So it's not really the same thing as I normally do. It's just that I've seen so many people make so many silly mistakes, basic mistakes, that I felt I needed to just give those people a bit of a hand. I did write a tutorial on Reddit. A lot of people liked that. So I thought, why not make a video? Right. See, now I'm going to be keeping me out for a cave. Like I said, I'm not invulnerable. That scanner replenishes awfully slow. And it doesn't appear to be that much plutonium, or platinum, sorry, on this planet. Seems a slight data of zinc, and there's some platinum. I really need platinum first because that's going to keep me alive. The zinc is going to help me take off, but the platinum is going to keep me alive. So that's my priority. That can wait too, because I don't want to lose sight of platinum. Don't lose sight of something you need. That's another mistake I've seen people make. They get distracted. And before they know it, they've lost what they needed. And now I need iron. There's my ship. Now, I could take a hit. It's alright. But I could like it. It would be nice if there was actual. Right. So I could take a few hits. It's not a problem. I will lose health, but it's not a great problem. I've got a cave up there. Right, I'm in my ship. So, I don't think that's going to be enough. No, it's not going to be enough to do that. Now I've got my iron here, you see. Now I can craft another one of those. Send that to my ship. Make another one of those. That can go to my ship. As can that. No, I haven't. Right. So, all I need is zinc and iron. So I'm going to wait till that goes up. Maybe grab that plate cheap to start with. Maybe get that as well. And get the Atlas Path. Always accept the Atlas Path. The Atlas Path. Always accept the guidance. Always. There's no reason to not to take advantage of it. You'll find out why when you get later into it and finish it. Right. Now we just wait a little while for that to go up. Send that back. So we've got plenty of thamium. Plenty of carbon. Might as well fill that up. Once that's about halfway, we'll go towards that cave. First things first, though. Just check if there's any more zinc anywhere. A little bit of thamium. Might as well have the thamium. Can never have enough thamium. Right. If you're going to take sentinels on, don't try to take them on in a cave. You can quite easily get cornered. You might think, oh, well, I can get them trapped. Well, yeah. And they've got you trapped too. It works against you more often than for you. So while we're here, we'll get a few bit more iron. And then we'll kill a sentinel. But first things first, let's see if I can install the bolt caster and the rapid fire. Which I can. And now I've spent the iridium. Well, there you go, see? But that's alright. That's alright. Now there, I just made a mistake. Do not do that. Do not do that. But I did need to kill sentinels, so I'm not taking a risk. It's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, really. Right, now we kill the sentinel. Which isn't easy with the ordinary gun. Hopefully, I pick some up. There's some more of that. But I need some zinc. I need zinc is what I'm after. If I could get zinc, that'd be great. But I'm also after iridium now. Which was silly. I should have grabbed more iridium. Or I should have... But there will be some more around. Don't have to worry about that. Usually plenty of iridium. And that's alright. I get to the top of this hill and have a quick look. When you're playing, don't look down at chat. Don't look down to read what people are writing. That's one hazard you will not have to cope with. Steady as she goes. Steady as she goes, damn it. This is about getting to the ship. Don't overpower people with lots of information. Otherwise they'll never learn it. Right. I've got it all in my head. Right. I might as well give it another scan in case I can fluke a bit of... It was a weird day, but I'm not bothered about that just a minute. No. I think you can safely say it's a bit thin on the ground. Right. Let's get this. And then kill some sentinels and we're off. Let's go. But I should have really got extra iridium when I was collecting it. So that's the thing you need to, I'd advise you to do. Collect more than you think you need. I did collect more than I thought I needed, but I didn't collect enough, obviously. Oh, it's up there. Could have done with that being a full stack. Right, I should have enough now. Yes, I have. Now all I've got to do is get back to my ship. Yes, attack sentinels when you're near the ship. Don't bother attacking them a long way from your ship, because then you've got to get back. And you can be badly damaged. Grumpy Santa! Hello, Grumpy Santa. How are you, man? Hello, 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 Grumpy Santa. I do love your name. Love it. I love it. Right, I'm only 1 minute 47. I might as well get you. Yes, the only, like I said, the only problem you're likely to have is when it comes to killing sentinels for the zinc. If you can't find any in the wilds. That's the only real major problem you're likely to have. The rest is pretty straightforward, you know. And you can't have enough plutonium, because it's not the same as classic mode. You take up a whole thruster full when you take off. You have to replenish it fully every time you take. Maybe make for that cave. Maybe get there before. That doesn't matter, by the way. Wasn't interested in it. In fact, I'm glad I didn't pick that up. Right. Take that to my ship. All I need now is to kill. I might as well fill that up while I'm here as well. Kill a sentinel. Let that charge back up. It's every day, bro. We'd come from the flow 211 in 2 months ever before. Never done before. Passing all the competition, man. PewDiePie is next. Yeah, right, man. I've got some new content coming out. I'm working on it. But it takes a bit of work. It's a bit more creative. Feel free to joke and have it. I mean, you know, this is a tutorial as such, but I've talked through the worst part of it. This is the most important part of this game. This is the hardest part of this game. This is where everybody stumbles and gives up. This is the part that stops people playing No Man's Sky, on survival at least, anyway. That's why I've gone into great depth, moment to moment. But from now on, once I've taken off, it's not going to be quite as in depth. Still no update indeed, Grumpy. My goodness me, I'm makes you grumpy. It does make you grumpy, Santa. Right, so now we can get back to my ship. We can kill a sentinel or two. I could die. Quite easily I could die. But because I've gone through this tutorial extensively, if I do die, I will be getting there in about half the time I've done it. But it'll be the first time, if I do die, that I've died playing survival. Apart from when it got first released and there was a glitch where you could get into a spiral, a death spiral, because the resources didn't respawn, and it saved you at a low health every time, so you got lower and lower and lower. It was horrible. Right then, let's get in here. That's not what I think it is it? No. First of all, do I need to kill a sentinel? That is the question. Soon find out. There we go. Please tell me. Didn't give me any. Oh, that's a pity. Don't always drop it, but they do drop it quite often. Get the ship a minute. Just one more to kill. Let myself get myself energized. I don't think tall trees are the problem. It's the density that I think spoils it. You don't feel like you walk into a forest because it's not dense enough. The light should be cut out when you go in a forest. You should hear the creaking of trees when it's windy. The ground underneath the trees should be representative of the type of tree it is. If it's an evergreen tree, then it should be needles. It should be barren, with maybe mushrooms growing under the trees. Maybe different types of animals down there, because that environment is better for them. Come on. Might as well grab these for some extra dough. Oh. Like I said, that. Destroy that. I don't need it. Send that back to my ship. That back to my ship. Oh. That back to my ship. Right. You're going to come along then? There you are. Was that even hitting it? Right, that should be it, I think. Right, got the iron. Could do with some more iron. But see you, Lynx. Thanks for popping by. And there you go. That's how easy it is. That's how easy survival is. To take off, that is. This is where it gets harder, obviously. Because you've got to go somewhere. But I would recommend not taking off immediately, but looking around on the planet for places to land. Free places. You're looking for nodes, landing nodes, and you're looking for landing pads. No problem, Lynx. You can go higher and just you can cut these distances down just by going out the atmosphere and then swooping back down into the atmosphere. But if you're not careful, you lose sight of where you was. You don't really gain much at all. I gained about 4 seconds, 5 seconds there. This might not be a place to land, but it is. And there you go. So, we've got a place to stock up. We've got a place to do a few little things on. That's a free landing and a place to keep warm. This is your temporary base. Now, you can start making some money. And I would recommend getting all the animals on one planet, if you can. Right off the bat. One of the most important milestones to get. And now I can grab those green things. Now I can grab them because I'm not wasting space. I've got plenty of space. Because I can sell it. Or I can trade it in for standing. That's what they're for. But I wouldn't hold on to them. Not when you've got a small inventory slot. This is why people get frustrated. Right, look at that. You've got a nice 19 slot gun there, but it's 1,800,000 and I've got 633 units. Oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? How do you play this game? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't even think about having a gun just yet. He wants carbon. I don't think I've got anything for him. He wants anything Korvax related, and I haven't got anything Korvax related. This is Viking related. These are Korvax related. That ups your standing 3 times. That ups our standing once. But I'm not in a Viking system, and I'm not going to hold on to them because they're quite common. Might as well sell them for some extra money. No point in holding on to them. See what he's got to buy. I would recommend, if you've got the money, you can buy plutonium, but this planet's got plenty of plutonium, so I won't bother about that. Iridium, it seemed to have plenty of iridium. Zinc, it didn't have much zinc, so I'll buy a bit of zinc. Even though it is a little bit expensive. Right, just check the walls. Make sure you get all the stuff before you leave. Shield is maximum. Right. The zinc down there. Milestones are a pain in the backside. I hate them. Not because I don't like getting a milestone, but because it pauses the gameplay and it gets on your nerves. So, you know, it's not that difficult. The only reason it seems difficult is because people look at too far ahead at what other people have got and want that immediately. Storage isn't a problem either. The only reason storage becomes a problem is because people become hoarders. People want to carry everything, and you can't. You've got to think about what you need. It's all you want. All you need is what you need. What you want you can save till later, when you have got the inventory slots, when you have got storage to store stuff in, when you've got a bigger ship to store stuff in, when you've got a freighter to store stuff in. That's when you got to start. When it's when you can start saving things. But even then, you don't need to save it, you know. Even then, it's a waste of time trying to save all of stuff. You only need to save stuff that's worth saving. Like thamium for building warp cells, or plutonium for building warp cells, or zinc for building warp cells. They're the only things. Everything else, really, you can get freely, and they're used for money. Just making money. Really, that's all you need them for. I do like these trees. They're quite nice. Yeah, I've mentioned that already. That's what I meant. That's what I said. I said that. I've done it, man. I've done it. Oh, damn. I'll just repeat it in case it wasn't clear. Because if you didn't hear it, maybe others didn't hear it. There's an achievement. There's something you get for scanning all the animals. Later on, you get it. So I would begin scanning the animals immediately. I'd take my time, but because this is a tutorial, I don't think I'll bother. It depends. I might do. I might do, thinking about it. But the reason I scan animals immediately is to make a bit of extra money. And don't forget to claim that money. A lot of people I've seen scroll through and don't bother. You claim this money. That's each individual animal. And the locations that you landed to find them. And the planet. And the solar system. You have all that money. But you got 2 more to find. So, I've got plenty of thamium, not worried about that. I've got that in case that, I've got that. I'll make another plate. I don't need you on me. I'll make myself another plate, just in case. I like to have plenty of plates on me. Then you don't have to worry, like I said. Make sure you got 2 plates on you. Don't wait, for goodness sake. Don't wait and then suddenly think, oh, I haven't got resources. It's so easy, just to make sure you're on top of it. I wish that I'd fill that up straight away. Oh yeah, and when you load, if you fill your gun up last, you'll find you've got your gun out. Always make sure you got what you want out. Just annoying. When you take off, before you land, make sure to refill your thrusters. Always do that. Always get in a habit of doing that. When you take off, Refill your thrusters. Because that's the short way of getting you killed in this game. You land having not filled your thrusters up, and when you land and fill your thrusters up, you realise you haven't got enough. By filling your thrusters up before you land, immediately after you've taken off, you immediately alert yourself to the fact you haven't got enough. So therefore you can at least land somewhere near plutonium. If you can't find a landing pad or a landing node. Right. So, might as well take a look around. Like another one of them. Yeah, I've got plenty of that on me. I don't need zinc on me. Although, having said that, it wouldn't be a bad backup. Wouldn't be a bad backup. I'll keep that on me for now. Now I'm in search of the other animals. And there's a trick to the animals as well. Right, this is a list. Top ones are land animals. Bottom ones are usually water or cave. Middle ones, mid to bottom, are usually flying creatures. So you're looking at the bottom, depending on what the situation is on the planet. Bottom one, if you've got two bottom ones and there's no caves and water, it'll be birds. You see what I'm saying? Or caves, or it'll be fish. Top ones, land, normal animals. Bottom ones, fish, cave, or flying. That's a good view. That's a good view. I like that view. I'm having that as a picture. Get used to photo mode as well. Trust me, it's fantastic. Got some birds in the shot there, but I pity I'm not closer. Do with something in the foreground. Do with something in the foreground. Something nice, a nice bit of detail. Twig will do. No, it's not enough. That's not enough. You? No. No. Right. So, let's try... field of view. This looks like a field of view. This could work with field of view. I'll take it... Too much. Let me take it... to about... 20. No, I think you lose something. You lose... Yeah, you lose the intimacy. You lose the intimacy of the picture. 75 is a normal. I don't normally take landscapes, but that looks quite good. Let me try a different filter. Chicka wow wow. Hello, Frank. Isolation is my go-to. Stock is sometimes excellent. When you try a new filter, always try it on different settings as well, because it gives you a slightly different effect. That's too much because it's too white, unfortunately. Green. Isolation. Isolation is interesting there. That's a pity. That's a pity. That is a good view there. I just need something in the foreground because it's flat otherwise. Never mind. Chicka wow wow, what the wow wow wow. Trying to nick my shtick. Only I can do jazz like that. Chicka wow wow wow. I haven't taken the picture. I wasn't satisfied, as usual. I've got nothing in the foreground, man. There's nothing in the foreground. That spoils it. But that's good. It's a pity because it's almost there. I want those birds. If I can get closer to those birds. Now we've got something in the foreground. Oh, my goodness me. No, 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 no. What about that? No, no. Let me just poke you. Just a gentle poke. Just a gentle poke. No! Didn't mean to kill it. Oh. Alright, alright, right. Let's try. If I kill myself here trying to take a picture, I'll be mad. That would have been a nice classic one. Anyway, enough of that. I need to run. I need to run because I've annoyed him taking a picture. Right. Right, let's have a look. So I need to go out and try to find these creatures now. Right. We'll head over that way. Unless these birds. Could be a bird. One of those birds could be one of them. No, it's not. Yeah, you have to watching athletics now, are you? Flipping heck. You like these flipping feminine games, don't you? A lot of people running around with soft hands. Maybe I should shout. Do you think I should shout and scream? Wah, wah. What do you think? Right, there's a picture. It's nearly a picture here. Nearly a picture here now. Ah. But I thought I might as well throw a tutorial in for photos too, you know. Why not? I see that as part and parcel of the game. Race related. Oh, great. I like that. I like that joke. I do like that joke. Gotta say, I do like it. That's a great joke, actually. I've not heard that one before. Right. I need your little creatures, not you, you little two-legged things. Well, there's a load of plutonium. I'll have you. Yeah, I know. I've got plenty. And I just saw something else as well. Now I've lost it because I turned away. That's what I'm after. Is that, and I saw another one somewhere, didn't I? Thought I saw two. Never mind. I need these other creatures. Now I'm assuming another flying creature and an ordinary creature, or one that's in a cave. See you, man. Thanks for popping by. Hmm.
Thermal protection offline. Technology recharge.
I'm not taking any notice here. What I'm doing again.
Thermal protection fully.
This is supposed to be a tutorial. Right. Yeah, forget the photos. I'll get carried away and get self-killed looking for photos.
Thermal protection fully.
Let me get back to this. Instead of thinking about photos.
Thermal protection offline. Technology recharge. Life support power low.
I tell you what though, it's surprising how talking to the animals has suddenly become very popular with No Man's Sky players, isn't it? Right then.
Stabilizing.
No, I want the milestone, man. I want the milestone, that's what I'm after. If I rush, then I'm going against my own words. It's about taking your time, so you've got to be patient watching the tutorial too. If you're not patient enough to watch the tutorial, you're not patient enough to play No Man's Sky. Because this is the pace I would play. This is the place you should play. I want these goddamn animals. Unless I can't find them, then I will probably move on. But I haven't looked very long. So I'm going to find another place to land first. I suppose I'll leave it. But I advise you, as you're playing, to get the first, all the creatures on the same. Don't leave the planet as soon as this. This is not what you would do. Don't leave the planet as soon as this. Stay on the planet. Mine it. Make loads of money. That's what you should do. Make loads of money at those stations. Otherwise, you will be in... And I'm going to be in a mess as well, because I'm going to go into space. I'm not going to be able to afford to buy anything. I'm not going to be able to get the equipment I need to carry on. I'm not going to have the iron to fight pirates. I'm not going to have the plutonium to land and take off comfortably. But if you'd have taken notice, right, and you stay on that planet and you gather resources, then you can be comfortable. I'm not leaving just yet. I'm looking for another place to land. In case those animals are nearby. Right. Doesn't appear so. What's my iron situation? Rhubarb, that's my iron situation. Oh well. Don't do this either. Okay? Do not fly into space like this. Don't do this. It's silly. Gather iron before you leave the planet. Get all the species before you leave the planet. Get all the nanites before you leave the planet. And make lots of money before you leave the planet. Don't do what I'm doing here. This is called rushing. This is what gets you killed. And by all means, don't feel macho. Don't feel all macho because you've seen certain streamers take on pirates. Don't. Time, it's silly. No such thing as in No Man's Sky. Relaxing game. I've waited here on purpose because you see that scanner on the left hand side there that's now counting down. That takes roughly 20 seconds. And then when it now, you roughly have 10 seconds to get to the planet. And when you get that, you have hostile subspace scan failed. Now you've had that, you've bought yourself extra time to get to the space station. But if it's more than 2 minutes away, head to a closer planet first. Because you don't get long. You don't get long. I see I just scanned there. That's because that's my first tutorial. Incoming. That's the first part of the tutorial. Taking off in your ship, but now we've got into the tutorial area, and that is incoming signal beacon transmission detected. Scan before you hit the space station or when you're in the space station. And you get this magnificent music to go along with it. I don't think I've got anything. Nope, I can sell that for some extra dosh. But like I said, take everything. Sell everything. Don't do what I just did and leave the planet immediately. Take a couple of hours. Take a couple of hours, find everything on it. This is why you need to go up in levels. If you see that ranking at the bottom there, next rank complice. Giving these people things related to Viking, will raise that standing. Talk to him because he might give you a gun. No, you're not the right one. You're over here. Hand over multi-tool. No, I'm declining. Damn declining. It's not good enough. You get a lot of them. As long as you land on them and find them, you're fine. You cannot use the transporter through there. I'll show you it, in case you're a complete beginner. There's a through here. This takes you directly to your base, if you've set up a base. But only when you've warped 3 times. No base found, you see. And you have to teleport back to your base before you can teleport from your base back to the space station. Remember that as well. So now we go here. I'm ill-equipped. I should have got 2 stacks of iron before I left that planet to replenish my health. I should have more money than I've got. But I'm doing this because it's a tutorial. And there it is. It shouldn't look too far away. Give it a boost to see just how far it is. Right, that's 42. 39. I need 28. and I'm safe. Once I get to 28, I'm safe. Because the countdown of that, I'm safe. Because the countdown of that thing that indicates the pirates are coming, the circle, is around 20 seconds. And the amount of time it takes for the pirates to attack you once you're alerted is about 10 seconds. So make sure you've got about 28 seconds. If not, about turn, go to the closest planet, get out of there. Don't take pirates on just because you think it's manly, because you'll get frustrated and you'll lose loads of stuff. And if you're playing permadeath, you will throw your controller across the room. Don't do it. Now, this is another mistake I made. See, I managed to get enough plutonium, but I didn't do that on purpose. I did that by accident. I should have stayed on that planet, and I should have made sure I had at least 3 of those, 3 stacks of that, so I could have 3 takeoffs. Oh, this is going to be an aggressive Sentinel planet, but it looks interesting, doesn't it? Wow. Once again, I'm getting my photo opportunities. Aggressive Sentinels. You always get aggressive Sentinels on a planet that's lush. With trees. Always. Without exception. And there we go. They make good homes later on in the game. Right, as soon as I take off, I fill that up. Check. See, I can land again. I can land again without too much worry. I know that because I've just filled it up and I've checked before I landed and found out I can't take off. Hitting land, by the way, when you're right over a building, above a building, quite high, not too close, will automatically find the landing node or the landing pad. No need to aim it perfectly, it will land you there automatically. Providing there's a landing pad and a landing node, of course. Right. So I'll sell that night crystal. Take blueprint. Now a dynamic resonator you need to buy. Well, you won't get them here, I don't think. I've never got one here. Let me sell this night crystal for some extra money. But I've never ever bought one from here. It's always been a space station. But I'll take the time to get myself some more zinc. And maybe I've got enough room today. I'm not going to buy any more. Right. So we got some more zinc. Zinc is in there. I might send that to my... Yeah, I want to make sure. Now, you see, what I would do... Again, what I would do... let me send something back, let me think. No, I'll just do that for now. Right. Let me save it. I've got some of my health things back. See, again, I should be seeking out a cave and finding iron. I'm relatively safe from the weather because it's an aggressive sentinel planet. That's the advantage of an aggressive sentinel planet. We've got very nice purple grass, I've got to say, that's quite nice. Purple grass, purple grass, purple grass. Woohoo. But in pictures you'll probably look ass. Woohoo. Might as well get some more of that. I'm looking for iron. Because I might have to spam it. And I can't find... Yeah, there's no caves. I can't see any caves. So I'm not going to bother. Just going to take the risk. This is a tutorial. But again, you would be searching around and making sure you've got 2 stacks of iron. Always make sure you've got 2 stacks of iron on you. Don't look at me playing this and thinking he's done it without it. Don't. Because if I'm playing this on my own, that's exactly how I play it. Always make sure. No point in taking silly risks. Leave that to the buffoons who want to try to prove something. Right. Right then. I've got a little bit of iron, not much. I can do a bit of farming of that when I get out into the... to space. And we'll get some iron here. And if I see the pirates, I can zoom back down there, buy myself some extra time. In fact, I would recommend doing that. I would recommend doing that at all times early on in the game, unless you can take the pirates on. With impunity, no point. Don't gain anything from it. You know? Does it give you any extra manly points? Your testosterone levels won't increase. You won't grow to bigger muscles. You know, your chest won't puff out. Nothing will happen. You'd just be taking a risk for no reason. Play it like a wimp. That's what I'd say. Play it like a wimp, and you'll stay alive and enjoy it. I play it like a wimp. Shouldn't really do this, but it's alright. It's one way around it. If you can't find iron on a planet, just farm this until you see that. Always keep your eye on that little circle. Have one eye open for that little circle. Don't let that fill up. Surprising how fast those 10 seconds go. Sometimes it's a little less. Sometimes it can be 8 seconds. That's why I allow for about 28 seconds overall before that thing pops up. There it goes, look. I can keep... I'm very close to the planet. I'll make that quite easily. And I'm collecting plenty of iron for the journey. This will give me a good... It should give me a good 50 seconds to a minute. Failed. Now I'll get myself straight back out. And I've bought myself as much time as possible. Not guaranteed. Trust me, it's not guaranteed. But it's a good 95 to 90. Yeah, it's a good 95% chance that you have bought the time you needed. 39 seconds. Should easily do it. And I should have plenty of iron for that. But it's the shields that you need the iron for. It's the shields, because they will eat your shields up. 2 hits, shields gone. 2 hits, shields gone. That's why you need 2 stacks of iron on you to keep spamming the shields constantly to stand a chance against the pirates. Until you can maybe learn to thrust and get behind them. If you can get behind them, there's only one, then you can do it. But you get attacked by 2 or 3, it's going to be pretty damn difficult. Fill that up again. Stack these up. That's where have I got that extra stack? There it is. Send that over there. Zinc. It's always handy to have a little bit of zinc on you. It's a bit of a waste, but just in case, you know. Just in case. Next part of the tutorial. Notice how it's always telling you which direction to go, and if you can't remember, just go here, look at your log. Don't forget to claim all your money from there, from there. Just go to the journal, the log, sorry. Check there, look. It tells you what you got to do there. Don't go flying off in all sorts of directions and then get lost. Get the tutorial out the way first. Get it done. I need to buy. Yes, I need to buy. A resonator. Oh, I ain't got the space. Pain. Right, so I might as well move that over after all. Right, buy. Buy that. You're after. That was a tutorial. Now I've just got to replenish that. I need iridium. Iridium isn't difficult to get. First of all, I have got a takeoff, so no problem whatsoever. Always check see if you got a takeoff. Right, so there's iridium on every planet. Don't take a risk going to a long way off planet because it looks interesting. Just get what you need from the closest possible planet, which is that one. Just you can explore to your heart's content. Once you've got some upgrades and you're protected to a certain extent, you can do that. But this is getting the tutorial out of the way. Get all the necessary things out of the way first. All the little things. Woo. Right, all I'm looking for is iridium. I'm not interested in anything else. It can be a bit troublesome finding iridium, largely because they changed, in the last update, they changed it slightly. And iridium can pop in at the last minute. And if you're not looking, you can pass it without noticing it, or even crash into it. Going a bit slower than I'm going is probably the best bet, but I'm just going to hope for the best and then slow down if I can't do it. And an easy way of checking to see what any resources is just to stop over it and fire at it. Like this lot. Just R2, L2 and then fire. And it'll tell you what it is. So let's land. We knew that was iridium, but just demonstrating that. And I noticed some plutonium over there, so I can go get that first. That'll give me another takeoff. Or part of a takeoff. And don't make that mistake either. I forgot to send that over, so that was wasted. Right. See what I mean about filling your slots up with all sorts of things? I've got that much thamium. I really should have some of that in my... I should have that in my suit. In my ship. Right. Get in there. Make a little cave. Go down. And then farm upwards. Right to the top so you know you're not going to open yourself up. And expose yourself to the elements. So you can farm and recover at the same time. Right. Move that. You really want to be putting this in a good place, but their ship's rubbish, so it doesn't really matter where you put it. And that's that done. I'm going to take a bit more. Don't matter where from, because I'm leaving anyway. Make sure I've got a little bit extra on me this time, instead of leaving like I did last time in a rush. They do stack as well. When you start putting upgrades in your ship, in your suit, in your weapon, they do stack. But I'm not gonna. No point in talking about that until we get to that point. And trust me, if you listen to everything I've just said, if you do go through the process I've just said, you will go through survival with no problem whatsoever. Really. Ignore all the baubles. Don't get sidetracked by collecting things. Right. I can fill my laser up. Fill that up. Use obvious little tips like using a stack up first rather than having little stacks everywhere. It's another thing I've noticed people do for some reason. It's a bit odd. And they end up with lots of little stacks everywhere. Might as well use a bit of thamium in there. Bit of thamium. Right, now I fill this up again. Now, I only just got a lift off, but I know I've got a lift off. So if I land again, am I okay? Right, and now I've got my next destination. Off-planet outpost. When it says off-planet, it simply means it's on another planet. That's all it means. But, again, same process. Because I didn't mine properly, it's going to mine in the space. That's going to be pretty close, but I'm not going to do it. But I need to mine anyway. If you don't want to mine in, if you don't want to face the elements, this is a good way of getting iron. It's also a good way of making sure the pirates don't follow you, so, you know, it's a good secondary plan. I plan on these being 2 hours long, so I'll be finishing 10 minutes. This should be just about right. And like I said, it won't be as heavily tutorialized as I go forward. This is the hardest part of the game. This is the part that makes people stop and give up. And go to easy or creative. For some reason, they just don't seem to understand the loop. And it's really simple. But just don't make things hard for yourself. You've got a bolt caster and you've got an upgrade. Use it. Don't use your laser. I've seen people using lasers and getting killed and then complaining. It's like, you've got a bolt caster for a reason. Use everything the game is giving you to help you. Now we'll wait for that thing to go down. You don't get points for being macho in this game. Right then. That's failed. That's bought me a lot of time that I didn't really need because the space station's there. But then again, I'm not going there. But I would hop to there if I needed to. I'm going there. 3 hours. 37 minutes. 37 seconds. Now, fill that up. 30, 28, done it. Even if the pirate came now, I should be able to get there with no problem. Like I said, the scanner takes around 20 seconds. Once you're spotted, that takes around 10 seconds. So if you say 28 seconds, overall, you're in the ballpark. You don't need to worry. If you've got a long distance to go, say you've got a planet that's 2 minutes away, look for a planet that's about a minute away, or even hop to the space station first. Don't go straight towards that planet. Do a bit of planet hopping. Wait around in the atmosphere of the other planet, collecting iron for the next warp. Wait for the pirates to come, lose them, warp to the next point. Take it a stage at a time. Don't rush. Take your time. This is probably as good a place as any to stop, and I'll be carrying on from here tomorrow. I hope this has been helpful. Entertaining is not really the word I'm looking for because it wasn't meant to be entertaining, although it might get entertaining later on, depends, because I won't be obviously focused that much on it. But I'll get everything I can before I leave. This is that horrible planet again. But at least I haven't got bad weather. That's one good thing about Sentinel planets. Right. Yeah, we'll send that over there. Get nanites, send them over there. I think that's about it. Yeah, I can hear you, you horrible oiks. First of all, save it. Thank you, Davos. Like I said, this is not something... This is something I think people can watch back later. I don't want to overpower them with lots of information. I might as well get you. Whoop. All I need is the basics to get off the first planet, really. And continue the tutorial. Right. I'm getting in here. Just for a sec. Get that. Get that. Anything on the walls to get. Right then, send that to the ship. Anything else? See what he's got. Talk to you. Take antimatter. That's the next stage. Then I'm supposed to craft a warp cell, which I can because I have thamium. Pre-diode that in there, and that's the next stage done. We're still on the tutorial. Don't go off track, you will get lost. You'll be going on Reddit and saying, please, please, where do I get the antimatter from? Where do I get the antimatter blueprint from? Don't. Just follow the tutorial until it's finished. You are then free to explore No Man's Sky wherever you want to go. So, I'm jumping in and out here. And I'm jumping back in again. And I'm going in here because that thing's going to kill me. I'm going to say my customary. And when it starts, I'm going to say au revoir. Spacemen, hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was informative. For those people who have never played this game before, hope you learnt something from it. For those people who have played the game before but found it a struggle, hope you've learnt something from it. For those people who've already played it and know all this, and fair enough. So, see you everyone. Thanks for popping in, Davidus. It's nice to see you there, and Frank as well. If you're still listening, I don't know. Bye everyone. Have a good one.